Performing a basic service on your fork is easy. It'll keep your fork running better, longer, and best of all, doing it yourself saves you time and money. Most manufacturers recommend doing this service every 50 hours of riding, which, if you go riding for 2 hours at a time, is every 25 rides. Math! As an added bonus, doing this service regularly will increase the longevity of your fork. Think about it like keeping up to date with the oil changes on your car, but easier. Well, relatively. Today, I'm going to show you how to do this service on a RockShox fork, but this process is very similar across other suspension brands. So let's get started. Before we begin, here's all the tools I'll be using for the job. I'd recommend double checking what tools you'll need by reading your fork service manual. Write down your current suspension settings so you can reset everything once we're done. Step 1 is maybe the most important. Let the air out of your fork. What happens if you forget this step? Next, turn the rebound knob to its fully open position. Loosen the set screw on the knob and remove it. Then, swing your fork up so it's horizontal in the work stand. Now, loosen your lower leg bolts, but only 3 or 4 turns. Grab your hammer with your Allen wrench and give each bolt a good couple of whacks. This will separate the lowers from the inner shafts of the stanchions. After that, fully remove the bolts and set them somewhere safe. Carefully swing the fork vertically in the stand and let those juices flow. Grab the lower legs and gently slide them off. Using a pick, remove the foam rings directly below the seals on each side of the fork. If they aren't damaged, you can reuse these rings after a good clean with suspension cleaner, but I always like to use new ones. Regardless, give them a soak in the lube recommended by your fork manufacturer. It's essential to ensure your lowers are spotless inside and out before putting everything back together, so grab some suspension cleaner or isopropyl alcohol and wipe them down. Next, grab a towel and shove your long rod in there. Oh God, what did I just say? No, not the slow-mo! Hey, who changed the music? Oh God, this is disgusting! Just clean your lowers! Now that those foam rings are nice and soaked, we can carefully put them back in the lowers. Before reinstalling your lowers, give your stanchions a quick wipe down and apply some suspension grease to your seals. Don't be shy, get in there. Take your time as you slide the lowers back onto the stanchions. It's easy to rush this and snag a seal or a foam ring. Once the legs are on, check your seals and make sure everything looks good. Then, take a peek at the bottom of the fork. You'll want to see a small gap between the bottom holes and the inner shafts. Remember those online documents from earlier? Read them to learn what type of oil your fork needs, then, using a syringe, fill up each leg with the specified amount in that gap, being careful not to shoot oil into the inner shaft. Line everything up and carefully thread in the bottom bolts one at a time. Then, using a torque wrench, snug them down to their specified torque. Apply a small amount of grease to the shaft of the rebound knob and slide it in. Then, tighten down the set screw. Give everything a good wipe down and then throw the fork back on your bike. Lastly, add air to get back to your preferred pressure, making sure to stop and cycle the fork a few times while you pump it up. This will balance the positive and negative air chambers inside. Then, give yourself a big pat on the back. You just serviced your suspension. Wait, why are you still pumping? Stop pumping. That's enough air. That's too much air!